Thank you, Madam Chairman. You know, several coastal states, including my home state of South Carolina, as well as the Commonwealth of Virginia, have long advocated for responsible offshore energy development for our shores. This resource development starts with seismic surveying and goes all the way to production. Unfortunately, the Obama administration has blocked this exploration and development every step of the way, from tying up the seismic permitting process and bureaucratic delays to excluding several Atlantic states from the current 5-year plan. As we move forward to plan for a more secure energy future, opening access to new areas of our Outer Continental Shelf, or OCS, is a no-brainer. We must do it to stay competitive and to generate American energy and American jobs. When BOEM conducts their 5-year planning process, they use administrative boundaries to divide up areas for leasing. This amendment simply tells them to consider Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia as one area. Our amendment is simple. It unifies 4 pro-offshore drilling states as one administrative area for offshore leasing planning purposes. It also ensures that the South Atlantic meets the underlying threshold in H.R. 4899, and I want to commend Chairman Doc Hastings for his leadership on this. It ensures this area so that sales in this area will be included in future 5-year plans under this legislation. Our amendment does not have any effect on revenue sharing, and it does not hold back other Atlantic areas from seeking to develop energy off their shores. I'll give a shout out to Senator Tim Scott, who has also taken the initiative on the Senate side for this very issue. You know, Madam Chairman, I came to Washington as a congressman to focus on jobs, energy, and our founding fathers. H.R. 4899 focuses on job creation. Energy production is a segue to job creation in this country. If you look at North Dakota, you look at Texas, you look at Oklahoma, you look at Louisiana, these are energy-producing states that have very, very low unemployment. North Dakota, 3% unemployment rate or less. In fact, you can get a finder's fee if you can get somebody to work at a McDonald's in North Dakota. We can have economic development in this country if we allow energy production onshore and offshore. My state of South Carolina wants to see those energy jobs along our coast. These are not just the oily guys in the hard hats out on the rig turning the drill. These are folks onshore supporting the offshore industry. These are the widget makers. These are the pipe fitters, the welders, the auto body mechanics, and the waitresses at the restaurants that receive the tips from all these workers, and the churches that receive the tithes, and the Chamber of Commerce and United Way that receive our contributions. Energy jobs have a tremendous trickle-down effect on the economy. The first domino is actually open up these areas, and I think that's what South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia want to see. They want to see our areas offshore at least included in the next 5-year plan. So guess what? Maybe we can go out there and drag some seismic. Maybe we can get beyond this 30-year-old technology that we're using to see if there's any resources off our coast. Maybe we can actually use 21st century technology, 3D and 4D technology that will actually see down into the earth and see what recoverable resources may or may not be there. Let's allow these areas in the next 5-year plan to help create jobs in our states, jobs, energy, and our founding fathers, a return to more states' rights issues. You know, yes, sir, I will.
I thank the gentleman for offering this amendment, and I think it is a very good amendment. That part of the South Atlantic needs to be treated, I think, as one entity just because of the nature of how the state lines are. And I think the gentleman's amendment makes immensely good sense, and I support it, and I thank the gentleman for offering it.
Well, I thank the gentleman from Washington for his leadership on this. And the folks in Florida were concerned, but guess what? This area stops at the Florida-Georgia line. They can deal with their own waters. These are the waters of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia that we're talking about. You know, I spoke yesterday and had a graph of diesel fuel prices in this country. I drive a diesel truck, and the disparity between off-road and on-road diesel fuel. But let me tell you this. If we, through our policies, could lower the price of diesel fuel by $1 from that $3.69 a gallon for the America's truckers down to $2.69, there's a 300-gallon tank on every 18-wheeler. If we could lower the price by $1, we save every trucker $300 per fill-up. Think about how that trickles down to the price of the commodities when you go shop all across America. I support this amendment. I ask everyone to support this simple administrative change, and I reserve